Welcome to the R.senal channel. Today we're going to be making a legendary precursor for the underwater weapon, the spear, Kamohoali'i Kotaki. Okay? We're going to be making the legendary itself eventually, but this we're doing the precursor. Now I know what you're thinking. The underwater weapons? What the hell? Nobody cares about those. Well, you know, I kind of do. I've ran out of land weapons. There's no more. I mean, unless I go for dual wielding, I don't have any more land weapons to make. So I've decided I'm going to make a 3-part series and do all 3 precursors for all of the water weapons and get them out of my way. And if you think about it, the spear, 7 out of your 9 characters use a spear. If you have a lot of characters like I do, there's a crap ton of characters that are now going to be able to use a spear without ever having to buy one or keep one or hang on to one or anything like that ever again, or craft one. So none of that's ever going to happen anymore. So yes, this is going to be a great benefit to me in the long run. Now, the other thing you might be saying is, why the hell would you put yourself through the arduous journey of making the precursor when you could just buy it for like hold on a second, I'll show you. You can buy it for 30 gold. Okay, 30 gold. Yeah. Well, I'm making it for like 70 silver. So anyway, this is going to be the broadcast that shows you how to make Carcharias, the precursor, and of course we're going to start with the collection for Kotaki experimental spear, and we're going to move on to the second, which is the perfected spear, and the third, which is the Carcharias itself. And from here on out, we're going to be calling it and referring to it as Katari, because I have a great difficulty saying the first part of the name. I don't know why, I just can't say it. My best friend was over here the other day. I thought, okay, sure, she won't be able to say it. No, she said it the first damn time, and I can't say it. My wife says it perfectly every time. My friend can say it perfectly every time. I can't say it at all. I don't know why. It's Kamohoali'i. Okay, I said it right that time, but most of the time I screw it up. Okay, we start out every journey for Gen 1 and 2 Legendaries by talking to Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. Show me your wares. In that first tab, we're going to look for Kotaki Volume 1. There it is, right there. It's going to cost us 5 gold and 10,000 karma. Not a high price. Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. We're absolutely positive. Okay, then we're over look at our inventory, and there's the Volume 1. We click on it, and it opens up for us the verse collection, the experimental spear. And it tells us the first item we're going to pull from Sharks and Bloodtide Coast, Sparkfly Fen, or Mount Maelstrom. I am going to go to the Bloodtide Coast, right over here. And I'm going to kill this veteran shark and take his teeth. There we go. And next up, we're going to find the next one in pulled from Sharks in the Plains of Ashford, Timberline Falls, Keswick Hills, or Genderin Fields. So, we're going to go to Timberline Falls. Alright, down here, gonna fly around a little bit and finally kill this shark right here. And the next one is pulled from the Sharks in South Sun Cove. So, we'll make our way to safety and then over to South Sun Cove. And then we're going to sail down to the Sharks and we're going to fight them. We're going to take on some sharks. We're going to throw a spear in their face, and
I like it.
we're going to get that one and go on to the next one, which is pulled from Icy Sharks in Lornar's Pass, Frostgorge Sound, and other places, but we're going to go straight to the first one, Lornar's Pass. Because, you know, expedience. I didn't want to read that far. Alright. Lornar's Pass. Gotta find a shark. Finding a shark. Find a shark. There we go. Ice shark. Right there. Bam! I think it specifically has to be an ice shark. Anyway, the next one, pulled from the risen bull sharks in ore. Well, you know what that means. Let's go to ore easily and cheaply. Let's go use our portal tome to Siren's Landing from Living World Season 3. Or if you don't have that, you can just, you know, portal to ore. But from here, I think it's cheaper to then waypoint to ore. Right there. Into Straits of Devastation, get what we want. The risen bull shark. Kill it. And now we've got it. And now we just have one left. We've got to kill the Megalodon champion, which should be easy, right? Easy peasy. Just one more thing. No. No, it is not easy. It is not easy to solo. And look at that guy, completely uncaring and unhelpful. Anyway, here we go. I did put up my mentor tag. I called some other people to help, and we all took down the champion risen Megalodon. And I rallied there at the end and won and got my piece. My shark tooth. The collection 1 is complete. And there's Kotaki 1, the experimental spear box. Dun dun dun. It's in our inventory. Click on it and we get the essence of sharks. And then we get, I'll put that over here and we'll rearrange some stuff. And then we'll get this box of recipes for the first tier. Cha-ching. And then I help somebody who can't summon their boat. And then I go to the bank in Lion's Arch and I drop it off in the bank. And then I go to my warrior, who's the spear enthusiast, the weaponsmith, level 500 that I need to craft. And I'm going to type in my precursor's name. And there it is. This is what I need. I got my essence of sharks. I need my experimental spearhead. It's going to take Deldrimore Steel. I've got 1 Memories of Battle and Shards of Glory. Memories of Battle from Wovwa and Shards of Glory from PvP. Then I need my experimental spear haft, which needs spirit wood planks and those 2 items again. And then I need my legendary underwater inscription, which needs Orcal completed dowel, which needs this stuff. Okay. And made. Now, close that. And make the first precursor.
Another personal victory.
Indeed. Here we go. Second collection is opened up with this precursor. There it is in the collection. We got to start collecting these items. We got a new chest that we got to earn. Put it on our watch list. It's a letter. I would like to congratulate you on your initial success in creating your legendary weapon. It may not seem like much, an experimental creation. From it, you can build your legendary precursor and eventually your mighty legendary weapon itself. Your journey is far from over. The next collection on your journey has been unlocked. Check it out to see where your quest takes you next. Yours in legend, Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. Okay, so now we start part 2. We talk to this guy and we tell him, I'm working on crafting Kotaki. I'm happy to help you hone your craft in pursuit of this. Here's what you have to work on. Teach me to craft a weighted spearhead. A weighted spearhead recipe has been unlocked for weaponsmith. You will need to be a Grandmaster weaponsmith to craft it. Show me what else I need to do. Let's see. Teach me to craft a balanced spearhaft. A balanced spearhaft recipe has been unlocked for weaponsmith. You will need to be a Grandmaster weaponsmith to craft it. Okay, we're done with him. Type in weighted, and there it is, the weighted spearhead. You're going to need to make a Deldrimore steel ingot for it. And then we craft it. And there it is, item 1 done. And we type in balanced. Balanced spear haft, there it is. We need a spirit wood plank. Balanced spear haft made. Alright, go back to Lion's Arch. We're going to talk to Scholar Mossy. I'm quite fascinated with the ways in which we might increase the power of weaponry through applied magics. I'm working on crafting Kotaki. Interesting, very interesting. There are many magics that could apply to the power of a spear. I'd love to study them if you bring me the materials I need to do so. That's just what I'm looking for. Where should we start? Let's start with applied desert magics. Bring me 1,000 bandit crests so I might barter with those of the desert for the less conventional materials I need. I have the bandit crests you were asking for. And do I? Let's check my wallet. Let's go down. And there they are, bandit crests. I have 4,000. She wants 1,000. Good, we're golden. Okay, there we see them in the collection. Ta-da. Alright. Excellent! These bandit crests will go a long way in my research on desert magics. Great, what's the next step? I am very interested in the magics emanating from the jungle and their effect on those living nearby. Bring me 400 geodes, so I might use them to ingratiate myself with these folk. I have the geodes you were asking for, and yes I do. I have 5,000, she wants 400, we're good. Huzzah! These geodes should be enough to convince these people to let me study them, right? Sure. What other magic could be applied to the power of my spear? Obsidian is fascinating material with many potential applications. Bring me 100 obsidian shards so I might study them more closely. Alright, so I got to go over to my bank, which, you know, any station will do. I'm going to go into my inventory, find down here the obsidian shards, click in a stack of 250, and walk back over to her.
My crew is on the verge of a breakthrough.
Alright, tell her again, get back to where we were. I have the obsidian shards you were asking for.
Good hunting.
Yes! They're quite lovely, aren't they? And surprisingly sturdy. And here it is in the collection. Is there anything else that might increase the power of my spear? No, that's all I can help you with. From here, you have your own journey to follow. I cannot come with you. Alright, fine. I'm going to walk over here to Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs, and we're going to open up his menu, Share Your Wares, and we're going to look here on tab 2, and there is Kotaki Volume 2 for 5 Spirit Shards and 10,000 Karma. Buy it, and there's the end of that one collection, the second collection. It's going to give us this box right here. The Perfected Spear, the tricks and tips for advanced spear crafting. Accept it. There's the Volume 2, and here's the box. Click on it, and it's going to give us the item we need for the next precursor, the expertise in spear crafting. And it's going to give us the recipe, the box of recipes for Carcharias, second tier. Double click to consume. It's consumed. Back to the spear person, to the weaponsmith. We're going to type in the precursor's name, or the perfected spear, actually. There we go. We need the spirit of Carcharias experiment. And we're going to pull over the precursor that we made previously. And it says here we need to salvage this weapon to receive its spirit. So, we're going to salvage it. It's needed to craft the legendary.
This is the only proper course.
Okay. Done that. Now go back to our crafting. Perfected spear. Now we need to make a jar of luminescent polish, 250 bloodstone, amalgamated, thermocatalytics, and 10 master maintenance oils I do not have. And I do not have the recipe for it for weaponsmith, even though I do have it for artificer and huntsman. So, I'm just going to be lazy and go buy it on the trading post. I need 10. Buy it instantly. Success. It's not just a rice anymore. And we're going to go jump off of here and pick it up at the trading post, hop back up, and get right back to business. So now we've got it. Let's make our jar.
All shiny.
Indeed. Now, close that. Prismatic lodestone. One of each of these things. No tall price to pay. We can do it. Alright. Craft the perfected spear.
Another
there it is.
personal victory.
We've unlocked the third collection, and we've got our first item in the third collection, the Precursor, the Perfected Spear. The second Precursor is ours. There it is. Now we need Bloody Bill's Plunge. Dive into the water using diving goggles near Bloody Bill's base. So that is in Blood Tide Coast, so that's where we're headed next. And here's our letter. Hail, Quester of Legends! Let me be among the first to congratulate you on the power of your mastery and the new doors that it opens to you. You are well on your way to crafting your precursor, on the path to attaining your legendary weapon itself. Your next collection has been unlocked, detailing your steps for when you are ready to begin the next epic phase of your adventure. I have utter and complete faith in your ability to handle the daunting tasks that are presented to you. Yours in might and yours in power. Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. And there's Bloody Bill's base. So, how do we get there? We take a waypoint. And we're going to fly over, kill this bloody buccaneer. Dead. Diving goggles. Strip naked and jump in the water. And there we go. Achieved. Now we got to go dive off the bridge using diving goggles in Caledon Forest. Alright. Caledon Forest right over here. Come on, get up there. Here we go. Okay. Strip down. And fall off. That's the next one. Now we need to dive into the ocean using diving goggles near the buried archives of Cursed Shore. Okay. Down to Cursed Shore. I could go do the whole jumping puzzle, but nah. I'm just going to take my sky scale, climb up to the top of this tree, aim myself up nice with the griffin, fly over, and make myself over here to the diving goggles. I could do the jumping puzzle, but I just didn't feel like it. So here we go. Then fall off. There we go. Alright, the next one. Dive into the ocean using diving goggles at the Cathedral of Verdance in Cursed Shore. So we're still in the Cursed Shore. We just got to go up here to the cathedral. Up here, waypoint. Go up here. Event's going on. Ignore all of it. Don't care. Going to the diving goggles. Grab it. Fall in. Cha-ching. Now, we need to go to dive into the ocean using diving goggles at the Sculptor's End. Alright. Actually, I'm naked and I can't fight back, so I gotta run away from this dude. Ah! Okay. Sculptor's End is in Malcor's Leap, so here we go. And we all know where this is. There's a vista right at the end of the pier here, of the overlook. There it is. Diving goggles, and jump into infinity. Whee! And it gives it to us even before we get to the bottom, even before we hit water. Alright, next one up is dive off the airship using diving goggles at Fort Trinity in Straits of Devastation. We all know that one. Or should do. There's Fort Trinity. Okay. Fly over here. There's our goggle spot. Strip down. Try to back roll. Fail. Try to back roll again. Fail. Alright, just jump off backwards. And there we go. Next one. Dive into the water using diving goggles near the Vizier's Tower in Straits of Devastation. Okay, so that's the jumping puzzle here. So I'm going to head south and over here and cheat the jumping puzzle. And then I realized it's down here and I didn't have to cheat the jumping puzzle. It's right at the start. There it is. Okay. And then just jump off. Bloop. Okay. Icy Plunge. Dive into the ocean using diving goggles in the shattered ice ruins of Frostgorge Sound. Oh, okay. This one is super, super easy. I've even done a video about this before for getting the box up here. So we're going to go to this waypoint. We climb up with our sky skill in the back wall. Get the chest, get the ore, as I showed in the previous videos. And now, diving goggles. Jump off. And there we go. Next up, recover the treasure of the sunken ship in Bloodtide Coast. Okay, back to Bloodtide Coast. Here we are. Taking that waypoint. Make our way to the water. And here's the sunken ship. And there's the sunken chest. And then I opened the chest, thinking, yeah, this is it. Then I remembered, these chests need a key. They need a special key that you get from killing Crate every day. So I went to the character that has the keys, swapped it into my shared slot really quickly, went back to my main character, and came over here and killed them all again. I am a killing machine. I am death incarnate. And I open the thing, and I get a bunch of stuff, and I do not get what I'm looking for. It is not this chest. This was the obvious chest. It's not it. So I looked around a lot, and then I finally saw these things sitting here, and I interacted with them. And the interaction only appears for this collection, and I got my item. Now I need to head south for the next part, into the same map, and go down here, and there's a heart challenge that has these weapon crates. Part of it, you open that one. You just open one, and there it is. Alright, the next one, sink the Ash Horizon in Sparkfly Fen. Alright, now that is an Orion ship that appears over here in the Ocean's Gullet in Sparkfly Fen, and be prepared to wait. Because I got here, and it was not spawned, as it usually is when I get here. So I had to wait. And wait. And wait. But finally here it is. And I flew over to the deck and started hacking away at the masts. At the tendrils and the masts, whatever is here. Killed them all. I sunk the ship. And then I have to follow the ship as it sinks, which is pretty cool, actually. And then make my way over here and touch this and take a souvenir. And there we go. The next part is done. Now, I've got to go recover the sunken treasure from the wreck of the Argent Warrior in Spark Life Inn. Okay, so we're on the same map. We just got to find the Argent Warrior, which is down here north of this Quaggan village and the Crate Slavers. There's a little boat over here, and I get close to the chest. I just swim up next to it, and it just gives it to me. I don't even have to touch the chest that's down there. I just got close enough, and it gave it to me. Next, I got to go take a souvenir from the ancient coffer at the Plaza of Lost Wisdom in Straits of Devastation. Okay, this is a place you only go to in the story mode, usually. But we're going to Straits of Devastation. We're going to take this waypoint. And for once, this waypoint actually works, which usually this waypoint is broken or conflicted. But there it is. It's amazing. I've almost never seen it not broken. Alright, so we're going to head towards this part over here, this temple. We're going to go inside, and we're going to make a lot of things unalive. Well, actually, they're risen, so they already are unalive, but you know what I mean. And then there's like these two Asuran scholars that come down here. I'm not sure if this chest is always here, or if it's only here when they come around. They just happened to be coming around when I was here, and I was able to take a souvenir from the chest. And there we go, that was the next part. And now, we need to go loot from the grand chest at the bottom of... Wait, hold on. Kill all these things. Loot from the grand chest at the bottom of this sunken ship over here. So there's a mini dungeon under the water here in Ore. That's a big boat. And it's right here. And you gotta find your way to the end of it. I'll just skip to the end because it was a bit to get fight here. And then open the chest. And there we go.
The spoils of battle.
Next up, pick up a starfish in the waters of the Straits of Sacrilege in the Straits of Devastation. You get to die. Alright. So, yeah, this thing could be here, and it could be here. The wiki is, yeah, it tells you it could be a lot of things. I hunted for this a long time. This took a good deal of time before I found this, the starfish. There it is. Now I need to find an anchor in the waters of the Shark's Teeth Archipelago in the Straits of Devastation. Okay? So basically I got to cover the same areas as I just did. This could be in this area. It could be in the area I was just in. It could be over here. I looked everywhere. Finally I went back to here and looked again. And eventually, there it is. Stupid anchor. Finally got it. Alright. Frix's souvenir. Take the long way around to... Yeah, okay, so the long way around is this mini dungeon here, under the water here in Ore. Just right over there where I found that starfish earlier. And it helps... You can do the whole thing, or it helps if you have a wife who's already got a character in there, and you can teleport to friend. Which is what I did. And I just made my way in there. If you have a daily for this day, there'll be people portaling into here. So, there we go. Open the chest. There's the item. So sometimes just wait for the daily and people will portal you in. Looted from the Orion chest in the Upsilon test facility in Malcor's Leap. That's where we're headed next. Malcor's Leap. Alright, so we're going. It's right here near the Pyrite Peninsula. Right over here, this little water base. And it's a bunch of fighting. I'll skip to the end. Grab the chest. I grabbed it through a wall. Next up is pried off of a sunken shipwreck deep down in the northern waters of Malcor's Leap. So, we just sail our way along our skimmer, along the northern coast of Malcor, and find it down here. There's a little ship right on the edge of nothing, in darkness. And there it is. Interact. And we get to take a souvenir, and that's our next bit. Next up, looted from the Inquest base under Jinx Isle in Malcor's Leap. This, I spent most of the night waiting for this damn event to spawn, but eventually it did. And I had to solo it because nobody was around by the time it showed up. It was after midnight. But I finally got my wife to show up and help me, and we beat the champion Mark V Golem. And there it is.
Yeah, we did it.
There's the piece I needed. And now I need the captain's insignia, which is looted from a monster out here, also in the drowned brine. And I have never been in this little cave before. Never, ever, ever, never even knew this was here. This little ship right here. And there's a boss in here. And cut to the end. He took a while. And there we go. Well, not too long.
Seen the last of me.
Yeah, we saw the last two. Alright, whatever. Anyway, there it is. That's the item. Next up, we got to find the jewel hidden in the Harbinger shipwreck in Malcor's Leap. So we're right there. Right next to it. We just got to sail out. Go to the Harbinger ship. And look for it around here. Be an armored fish. Right down this tube into the depths. And there it is. Take it. And that's the part of there. Okay? Next up, we got to take from the risen Quaggan village in the drowned brine. Okay, so we're in the same area. We got to go to a Quaggan village. And here we are. Gonna help some stuff out in this village, and there's the eggs. Take it. There we go. Okay, next is bioluminescent wreckage. We need that scraped off the wreckage in the Mossless Sea in the Cursed Shore. So we're going to head to the Cursed Shore, obviously, which is down south of here. And we need to go to the Mossless Sea, which is get there from this waypoint. Now I'm going to cut some of this short because I spent a long time looking for it. And yeah, I finally found it right over here, right about where you just saw my skimmer above. I went well beyond that. Next up is the hidden among the ruins of the sunken Droka in Mount Maelstrom. We find the Dwarven Pottery Shard. So we're going back over to Mount Maelstrom. Waypoint in. Judgment Rock, waypoint, and it turns out I used the wrong waypoint. I should have used this one over here that I'm passing, you see. It's because this is where I need to go. And I spent a long time traveling around this place looking for different places, could not find it. Eventually, this is the path I took out of this hole, and this is the hut that I needed. And there it is on the ground, the pottery shard. Take some. Alright. Next up, luscious kelp harvested from the large bed of kelp near the Judgment Rock. So we were just there. So we got a waypoint back to that incorrect waypoint I used earlier, because now it's the correct one. We're going to go to this kelp field and we're going to harvest some kelp. Take some. Alright. And last, we need Volume 3, which you know where that is. Lion's Arch. We're going to talk to Craftsman Hobbs. He's going to show us his wares. We're going to go to tab 3, and there is Kotaki Volume 3 for 5 Spirit Shards and 10,000 Karma. And there it
Another
is.
proud moment.
The completion number 3 is done. So all we have to do now is look at the items it gave us, this box. And we're going to look at the Chest of Diving. It's going to give us the Essence of Diving, and it's going to give us this recipe, the box of recipes for Carcharias. Click on that. Now we know how to do it. Go back to our spearsmith, our weaponsmith, and here's the perfected spear. We're going to have to salvage this. It says so again in the description to get its essence. We accept that.
All shiny.
Pause at that. Or actually, we can't. Put it over here. No. Put it there. There we go. Okay. All right. And we're getting to the end. I'm getting goofy here. Okay. There's Carcharias. Now we need to make a shark figurine, which takes a bunch of these mats right here. 50 cured rugged leather squares. That's going to throw me uneven, so I'll make another 50 just to. Yeah, there we go. Now I have even stacks.
Sweet, sweet loot.
Okay. Serrated harpoon, which needs these things: 10 superior sharpening stones. And we'll have to make those. Now here, pay attention. It says one makes 5 superior sharpening stones. I did not read that. I said, oh, I need 10. I'll make 10. No. 10 is wrong. I made way too many of them. I needed 10. I had 40 extra now. So don't make the mistake I did on that. Yeah, that's me realizing right there. Okay, or a calcum-plated dowel. Alright, so make this out of these two easy materials. And now we can make the serrated harpoon in total. There it goes. Now, the final crafting of Carcharias, the exotic precursor weapon for the spear, Kamohoali'i Kotaki. Congratulations, you've crafted the legendary precursor, Carcharias. Now let's preview it. It's a grand spear. There it is. By itself. And finally, we get this nice letter from Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. Hail, O penultimate creator. I am delighted to hear of your prowess and power, and of your progress in attaining the necessary precursor to create your legendary weapon. You have strode the lands of Tyria like a giant, battled its fell beasts, and succeeded where so many have turned aside. Congratulations. Go see Miyani, who holds the recipes necessary for your final steps in creating your legendary weapon. She will be expecting you. Do not falter. Success is within your grasp. Yours, Grandmaster Craftsman Hobbs. Anyway, I will be making the full, final, legendary spear, Kamohoali'i Kotaki. Did I say that right? Okay. And I'll be posting that eventually. But I'm thinking I'm going to do the other two precursors for the other two underwaters first. So stay tuned to the R.senal channel. We'll see you then.